Your reality is a printout of what you habitually dwell upon, speak of, believe in, and anticipate. The instant you grasp that truth is the instant you seize the controls of your fate. Understand, there are no coincidences in the architecture of your outcomes. Triumph is not a random visitor to the lucky, nor is failure a hex thrown from the heavens. They are both pure products of sustained attention. What you fix your mind upon, life will supply. This isn't mere philosophy for idealists. It is the ironclad law beneath all human experience. The dominating thoughts in your psyche, not your passing whims or temporary moods, are the blueprints from which your life is constructed. It is insufficient to merely desire success. You must live in its mental atmosphere, flood your awareness with it, erect a shrine to it in your everyday thinking. Only then will existence begin to reflect it back. A person may voice a wish for vitality, but if their consistent focus is on ailment, their mind will manufacture symptoms and their body will comply. Another may long for affluence, but if their dominant mental narrative is one of shortage and limitation, their behavior will drive prosperity away. It is not your spoken words that count. It is the signal transmitted by your persistent mental investment. Realize this. Your mind is not a passive receiver of circumstances. It is an active broadcasting station. The frequency you emit through your convictions, your emotional focus, your beliefs, and your attention dictates what manifests in your world. You are not merely inhabiting the universe, you are co-creating with it, second by second, through your directed intent. Now hear this truth few ever grasp. What you do with your attention in solitude will manifest in your life for all to see. You may not witness immediate evidence, but it is en route. That is the law. And the law plays no favorites. It does not evaluate your focus. It simply amplifies and returns it. If you think lack, articulate lack, expect lack, you will inhabit a world of lack. But if you think abundance, speak as one already in possession, and expect victory with unshakable faith, then no situation, no delay, no opposition can withhold it from you. Most people are careless with their attention. They let the world's chatter set their mental agenda. They permit the media, others' anxieties, and trivial gossip to dictate what occupies their mind. They feast on the mental refuse of the crowd and then wonder why they feel depleted. But the individual who masters his focus masters his tomorrow. When you comprehend that attention is currency, you start to handle it with sacred respect. Just as you wouldn't pour your fortune into a pit, you must not squander your focus on what does not serve your definite chief aim. Every time you lend energy to a fear, a doubt, a grievance, or a diversion, you are nourishing the very antithesis of your desire. You must become deliberate. You must train your mind to lock on to your vision as a mastermind alliance lock on to a unified purpose. Do not let conditions dictate your state. Let your state dictate your conditions. This is the stance of a creator, never a victim. Some will protest, but how can I focus on abundance when I'm surrounded by scarcity? My reply is this. You do not focus on what is, you focus on what shall be. The architect doesn't stare at an empty plot in despair. He sees the completed edifice. The sower doesn't lament the barren earth. He envisions the full yield. The great achievers, those who understood persistence, did not wait for perfect alignment to choose conviction. They imposed belief on reality. They crafted their results with focus before the world ever conceded. The universe is not waiting for you to demonstrate worthiness. It is waiting for you to demonstrate unwavering focus. The signal you send determines the form of the reply. If you broadcast apprehension, it will send you more cause for alarm. If you broadcast gratitude, it multiplies your reasons for thanks. If you broadcast purpose, doors will open from unforeseen directions. This is why clarity is sovereign power. When your focus is fuzzy, your life becomes fragmented. You leap from one half-formed idea to another. You launch endeavors with passion, but abandon them in impatience. You set targets with hope, but lose them in the haze of distraction. But when you are clear, your actions align. Your days gain traction. Your energy is not diluted across 100 shallow pursuits. It becomes a laser beam aimed at the one thing that matters. Do you know what that one thing is? It is the potential self already alive in your imagination. The person you were meant to become. That is your true identity, your destiny, your masterpiece. The sole method to materialize it is to grant it your undivided attention, to feed it with thought, nurture it with certainty, and walk toward it each day. Regardless of the tempests around you, you must visualize this self until it feels more real than the old patterns that bind you. Speak as that person, think as that person, move as that person. Do not ask for permission to be them. Be them now. That is where metamorphosis starts. And reject the lie that focus is for the fortunate or the gifted. Focus is a muscle. It is forged in the furnace of discipline and allegiance. It is earned by those who declare, "I will no longer be a leaf in the wind of circumstance."
I will be the pilot of my mind. I will think with intent. I will act with purpose. I will construct my life through deliberate, focused energy. When you awaken, decide what will dominate your thoughts that day. Decide what you will build, what you will trust, what you will disregard. Do not let your mind be a public square where any thought may wander. Make it a private garden and plant only the seeds you wish to harvest. Command yourself. Today, I focus solely on what propels me forward. I starve distractions. I veto doubt. I will cease feeding what I do not want. This is not mere pep talk. It is transformation. It is the discipline that births miracles. Do not anticipate results where you have not invested sustained attention. The one who claims to want prosperity but dedicates focus to anxiety and idleness is in self-deceit. The one who dreams of significance but spends attention in comparison is discarding her creative force. You were not born to wander. You were born to command. The same creative force that erects empires, writes symphonies, and explores stars, that force resides within you, awaiting direction through focus. The reason most never touch this power is they quit prematurely. They focus for a day, a week, and when no visible shift occurs, they abandon the practice. But the universe does not answer brief enthusiasm. It answers sustained intention. It answers consistency. Picture your focus as a magnifying glass. Held steady, it ignites fire. Moved erratically, it achieves nothing. The blaze you seek in your finances, your health, your relationships, your legacy will only catch when your focus remains steady long enough to generate heat. This is why you must audit your mental routines. If your mind leaps from anxiety to hope, from thankfulness to jealousy, from action to delay, then your focus is fragmented. And a divided focus cannot manifest power. Train your mind to harbor one ruling idea at a time, the idea that resonates with your highest purpose. Let that idea inhabit your thoughts at dawn, when you dine, when you move, when you retire. Let it saturate your dialogues. Let it steer your decisions. Let it become the filter through which you perceive everything. You will begin to observe, the more you focus on that idea, the more life reorganizes itself around it. People, resources, synchronicities, they will start to align, not because they were absent, but because your focus is finally tuned to perceive them. What you were blind to, you will now see. What you doubted, you will now trust.
What seemed unattainable, you will now expect. And when you expect something with conviction, backed by daily focus and unwavering energy, the universe has no option to deliver, for that is the law. The law of focus is the bedrock of all attainment. What you hold in mind consistently with emotional force and vivid clarity must, sooner or later, assume tangible form. But here is the catch, where multitudes stumble. That form does not materialize overnight. The lag between thought and manifestation is not penalty, it is preparation. What you do during that interval decides whether the universe delivers your request or lets it pass. See, the universe is not your servant, it is your mirror. It does not respond to your pleas or needs, it reflects back what you consistently are. Thus, the pivotal question is not, what do I want? The fundamental question is, what am I becoming? If you are becoming focused, purposeful, resilient, and disciplined, the results must follow. But if you are becoming scattered, skeptical, and easily deterred, you are repelling the very things you profess to desire. You cannot trick this law. It will not reward sporadic effort. It only responds to dominating thought reinforced by continuous aligned action. Now, inspect this closely. Your environment, not just your physical space, but what saturates your attention. Which voices do you heed? What dialogues fill your hours? Which emotions govern your day? These are the bricks of your focus, and those bricks are building something, either a palace of purpose or a prison of procrastination. You must ruthlessly excise what dilutes your focus. If it drains your vigor, saps your spirit, distracts from your chief aim, it holds no place in your life, not now, not ever. For your destiny is too significant, your vision is too sacred. The cost of mediocrity far exceeds the discomfort of discipline. Most declare they want success, yet they invest their prime hours consuming meaningless opinions, fretting over the uncontrollable, entertaining doubts, measuring themselves against others. All of this is theft. Theft of your power, your time, your future. Do not let the world plunder your focus. You must be vigilant. Guard your attention as a sentinel guards his post. Evaluate every thought, every emotion, every word against this sole criterion. Does this draw me nearer to the life I am constructing or push me farther away? If it advances you, embrace it, amplify it, immerse in it. If it retreats you, eliminate it without apology, without pause.
You see, success is not the domain of the lucky. It is the domain of the focused. The man or woman who lives each day with purpose etched into their consciousness like fire into steel cannot be denied. The world may resist initially. Obstacles will arise, but they will be crushed under the weight of sustained focus and relentless execution. This is why I say, do not chase success. Become success. Embody it. Live it. Let it permeate your every thought and deed. When you do, you will not need to pursue anything. It will gravitate to you. It must. That is the immutable law. Now, let me address plainly what annihilates more dreams than failure ever could: divided energy. You cannot erect anything of worth with one eye on the goal and the other on your 6 basic fears. You cannot advance with one foot on the accelerator and the other on the brake. You must decide once and for all what you are committed to, and once decided, let all else fall away. There will be critics. Disregard them. There will be distractions. Block them. There will be instants of doubt. Push through them. For the universe is listening not to your words, but to your persistence. When you persist, even in the absence of evidence, you transmit a message to life itself. I am in earnest. And when life knows you are earnest, it opens gates. Not always at your preferred hour, but always when you are ready. And what readies you? Focus, hunger, faith, the capacity to hold the vision even when reality seems to mock it, the courage to act boldly even when fear grips your throat, the will to stand alone, misunderstood, underestimated, and still advance with fire in your spirit. This is what separates the many who wish from the few who achieve. Now I ask you, what do you focus on when no one observes? What dwells in your mind when the lights dim and the noise fades? For that, not your public face, not your written goals, that is your true focus, and that is what the universe is amplifying. If you harbor bitterness, regret, or resentment, release it. These emotions are thieves. They anchor your focus in the past and siphon energy from your now. You cannot forge a potent future with poisoned thoughts. Forgiveness is not frailty, it is liberation. It is the clearing of mental space so your focus can be pure. Each morning you rise is a fresh chance to redirect your focus. You are not chained to yesterday's failures. You are not imprisoned by old cycles unless you choose to be. The mind is malleable, the spirit is resilient. Your power to focus can be reforged daily through choice, through repetition, through faith. Speak to yourself with authority. Declare who you are and where you are headed. Let your inner voice become the supreme voice in your existence. Do not adopt beliefs from the fearful or the defeated. Build your own beliefs. Feed them daily. Shield them ferociously. And remember, the world will attempt to pull you into its storm, but you must pull the world into your peace. Stay grounded, stay centered, stay focused. The storm may rage, but the one rooted in clarity will not be shaken. What are you building? Why are you building it? Who are you becoming in the process? These questions must not be asked once. They must be asked daily. For the answers determine your focus, and your focus determines your life. Do not focus on duration. Time is irrelevant to the focused mind. It may take months, it may take years, but to the one who never wavers, time becomes an ally. For each day of focus is a brick in the edifice of your dream, and one day that structure will stand complete, not by luck, but by consistency. Consistency is the twin of focus. Without it, your energy leaks. With it, even the smallest deeds compound. The most ordinary actions become extraordinary over time. Hence, you must do what matters daily, whether you feel inclined or not. Discipline your focus, and the universe will discipline your results. You will start to notice the signs. You will encounter the right people. You will discover the right ideas. You will feel guided, not by accident, but by design, your design. This is why I tell you, stop hoping, start focusing. Stop wishing, start building. The universe does not respond to vague hopes. It responds to clear, committed energy. When you move with purpose, you activate unseen forces. Others may call it fortune. Let them. You will know the truth. You will know it was your focused mind that bent reality, that summoned the answer, that carved the path. There is nothing you cannot do, be, or have if your focus remains unbroken. Do not be misled by appearances. Do not be disheartened by transient setbacks. All things are possible for the focused soul. And above all, never forget, the universe is not against you. It is responding to you. It is not punishing you. It is educating you. It is not delaying you. It is preparing you. Every challenge is an invitation to strengthen your focus. Every obstacle is a test, not of your talent, but of your attention. Will you fracture, or will you hold the vision? Will you collapse, or will you persist? Hold the vision, persist, focus. For what you focus on, the universe will provide.
There is a secret the world won't teach, but life will. The mind fixated on lack cannot perceive abundance. not because abundance is absent, but because your focus has rendered you blind to it. Each day, the universe broadcasts opportunity, solutions, and inspiration, but only the tuned-in mind can receive it. And tuning in is a decision. You either focus on what you lack, or you focus on what you can create. You cannot do both. If your attention is enslaved by others' possessions, by past errors, by feared futures, you hand the steering wheel of your destiny to chaos, and chaos never leads to greatness. You must train your mind as a sculptor trains his hands, daily, patiently, deliberately. You must teach yourself to focus not on conditions, but on possibilities, not on what you lost, but on what you still possess, not on closed doors, but on the open horizons ahead. This shift in focus is the birth of your power. What most label reality is merely an echo of prior thought. Your current outcomes are the residue of past focus, but the future is still clay in your hands, shaped by what you choose to focus on today. The law of focus is precise. It plays no favorites. Dwell on worry, and your mind becomes a magnet for more anxiety. Dwell on strength, faith, and resolve, and your vision becomes a beacon pulling solutions from the ether. The outer world yields to the one whose inner world is mastered. Do not mistake this. This is not about ignoring difficulty. It is about refusing to surrender your vision to it. It is about viewing obstacles not as barriers, but as raw material. It is about rejecting the luxury of negative thought. Many live entire lives reacting to events, but achievers, true creators, focus their way into a new reality. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They create them by how they think, how they appear, how they persist. That is what I require of you. Stop waiting, start shaping. Stop reacting, start focusing. Stop doubting, start deciding. And once decided, let nothing blur your vision. Not opinions, not rejection, not weariness, not delay. The mind will stray, that is its nature, but you must guide it back again and again. You must remind yourself daily of what you are building. You must feed your faith more than your fear. The subconscious does not debate your focus. It simply accepts it and builds from it. So ask yourself, what are you programming it with? Are you feeding it images of power, success, harmony, purpose? Or are you feeding it frustration, chatter, diversion, and despair? You cannot sow weeds and reap fruit. You cannot stare at mud and expect to see constellations. Your focus creates the lens through which you experience all things. Clean the lens, fix the signal, sharpen the picture. Clarity is your supreme leverage. A scattered mind burns fuel and produces smoke. A clear mind conserves energy and builds empires. Now, let's be brutally candid. You claim you want change, but do you truly? For if you did, your focus would prove it. Where attention goes, energy flows. If your attention is stuck in past failure, drama, or complaint, then your energy drains into a void. But if your attention is anchored in your vision, your aims, your purpose, then even if results aren't yet visible, the current is moving. The gears are turning. Momentum is building. The one who walks by sight is forever limited. The one who walks by focus, by vision, has no ceiling. He does not care if it's hard. He does not care if it takes time. He does not care if no one applauds. He is focused, and focus makes them formidable. Let others be distracted. You be disciplined. Let others drift. You decide. Let others envy. You build. Let others sleep. You rise. Let others talk. You act. This demarcates those who wish from those who win. The universe responds to the brave, not the timid, to the clear, not the confused, to the resolute, not the hesitant. There is no secret back door to greatness, only sustained, intentional focus, day in, day out. And here is the reality. Focus is not an innate trait, it is a muscle. You strengthen it by use. You develop it by deflecting distraction, by saying no to the non-essential, by simplifying until only what matters remains. Some will label this obsession, and they are correct. And you must be obsessed, for the life you are destined to live demands that caliber of dedication. It demands you cease entertaining what does not serve you, cease answering questions that do not build you, cease engaging those who do not respect your vision. You are either focused on your destiny or you are feeding your distractions. There is no middle territory. Ask yourself now, what in my life is pilfering my focus? What habits, what people, what routines chain me to the ordinary? Make a decision, remove them, and when you do, you will feel it, the return of your power, the expansion of your capacity, the alignment of your spirit. Then and only then will the universe match your intensity with its own. Then opportunities will seem to emerge from nowhere. Then your steps will feel guided. Then your voice will carry weight, not by luck, but because you focused yourself into alignment with what was always yours. You must now resolve to live each day as a focus builder. Awaken with purpose, move with clarity, act with decisiveness, refuse to be swayed by temporary appearances. You are not here to be average. You are not here to blend in. You are not here to chase fads. You are here to create impact, to build a legacy, to move mountains with your mind. And that commences with what you focus on, minute by minute, hour by hour. Do not merely set goals, focus on them. Do not merely recite affirmations, embody them. Do not merely dream, build the bridge, brick by brick, focus by focus. You do not need more motivation, you need more elimination, less noise, fewer diversions, fewer alibis. This is how you reclaim your focus. And when you reclaim your focus, you reclaim your life. Let this be your reminder. Your dream is not foolish. Your vision is not impossible. Your goal is not too vast, but your focus must match the scale of your desire. Your discipline must match the depth of your ambition. Focus converts vision into victory, desire into destiny, wishing into wealth. Therefore, if you wish to change your world, do not start with your environment, start with your focus. Shift your gaze, lift your eyes, align your mind with the outcome you seek. Hold it there, nourish it, speak it, think it, move towards it daily, and watch as the universe conspires, not to punish you, but to promote you, not to test you, but to trust you, not to resist you, but to reward you. Because what you focus on, the universe will provide. There is no greater mystery than the power of focused thought allied with definite purpose. The one who learns to dominate his attention has already begun to dominate his destiny. Most chase effects. The wise focus on causes. Thoughts are the causes, effects are the results. Alter your dominant focus, and your entire world reorders itself to match the new image held in your mind. Too many attempt to manipulate the outer world while their inner realm remains disordered, distracted, and full of conflict. That is like sowing thorns and expecting roses. The universe is exact. It grants you not what you say you want, but what you consistently focus on, consciously or not.
If you wake and focus on limitations, that becomes your lens, and you will perceive your day through a fog of doubt. But if you rise and direct your mind toward possibility, toward opportunity, growth, and creation, you will begin to attract precisely those things, for your perception has tuned your awareness to them. The most vital question each morning is not, "What must I do today?" but "What will I focus on today?"
You do not live your life in events, you live it in attention. Where your attention resides, your life follows. Let me be direct. Wealth, influence, health, relationships, fulfillment, all are governed by this one law, the law of sustained attention. He who learns to fix his gaze, to hold his vision, to remain unswayed by appearances, to concentrate on what he wants and not what he fears, can construct any future he selects. Distraction is the silent assassin of dreams. It does not announce its assault. It appears disguised as entertainment, as false urgency, as convenience. If you are not vigilant, you will awaken a decade hence with only regret and the gnawing question, what if I had stayed focused? Your goals are not slipping away, your focus is. Your potential is not out of reach, your attention is unfixed. Your future is not doomed, it is merely awaiting your commitment of undivided mental energy. You need not become someone new. You only need to focus as never before on becoming who you already are, without compromise, without apology, without hesitation. You are not a product of your conditions, you are a product of your mental habits. And your paramount habit must be focused, unwavering thought toward your chief aim. Decide now what you want. Brand the image onto your mind. Feed it daily. Speak it aloud. Write it with feeling. Feel it as already accomplished. And when distraction appears, state firmly, I have no space for you. I am building something monumental. Let others celebrate prematurely. You prepare. Let others gossip. You grow. Let others criticize. You create. Let others waste time. You invest it. This is how focused individuals ascend while the world watches in bafflement. Comprehend this. The universe rewards energy. The more focused energy you direct at your definite chief aim, the more the universe sends resources, alliances, and circumstances aligned with that purpose. But if you scatter your thoughts across complaints, envy, fear, and self-doubt, the universe receives no clear command. Give it clarity, give it certainty, give it consistency, and it will give you results that will quiet every skeptic, including the one within your own mind. This is not magic, it is the mathematics of the mind. Your subconscious records the patterns of your thinking and acts on repetition. The thoughts you hold most often become the instructions shaping your outer world. Thus I ask you now, what thoughts have you been feeding? What story has held your focus? Is it a tale of power or powerlessness? Are you focused on excuses or on execution? You hold the power to alter that narrative now, not tomorrow, this moment. Begin to focus on what you can do, on who you are becoming, on what you will create. Let that focus become your productive obsession, not in frenzy, but in faith, not in angst, but in assurance, not in fear, but in fierce expectation. Expectation is focus clothed in belief. If you expect excellence, focus your mind on the patterns of excellence. If you expect peace, focus on what brings serenity and order. If you expect prosperity, focus on the habits, actions, and mindsets that generate it. Do not say, I'll believe it when I see it. You will see it when you believe it. And belief is the offspring of focus. What you give attention to, you believe in. What you believe in, you create more of. The one who focuses on absence becomes blind to potential. The one who focuses on opportunity, even amidst adversity, becomes a magnet for solutions, breakthroughs, and ascension. Be that one. Be the one who cannot be distracted, who cannot be discouraged, who cannot be persuaded to look anywhere but forward, upward, inward.
Be the one who trains his mind as a warrior trains his instrument, daily, with precision, with discipline, with reverence for its power. Focus is a silent discipline. It craves no noise, begs no applause. It operates in the shadows, yet its fruits become undeniable, for while others react to life, you are creating it. There will be moments when nothing seems to work. Stay focused. There will be setbacks. Stay focused. There will be delays. Stay focused. There will be silence. Stay focused. For what you focus on, even in stillness, is being constructed. Even with no visible motion, your focused intent is sinking roots deep into your future. This is the higher law. This is the invisible architecture of achievement. Not what the eyes see, but what the mind can hold. Not what the world gives, but what the focused mind commands. Not what circumstances suggest, but what your inner focus insists upon. You are not waiting on success. Success is waiting on you to focus, to decide, to commit. The instant you do, everything shifts, perhaps not visibly at first, but internally. And when your inner world transforms, the outer world must follow. For you were born not to drift, but to drive, not to react, but to create, not to heed noise, but to follow focus. Here then is your charge. Write your aim. See it vividly. Hold it daily. Eliminate distraction. Reject the superfluous. Guard your focus as your most treasured asset, for it is exactly that. And if you protect it, cultivate it, and aim it true, there is nothing you cannot become. The power to transmute your life lies not in superior luck, timing, or conditions. It lies in a superior focus, yours. And when you understand that, the universe responds, not because you are lucky, but because you are finally listening, because you are finally deciding, because you are finally focusing on what was always intended for you. Focus is the doorway. Discipline is the key. Consistency is the lock. Your destiny is what lies beyond. Open it and never glance back. For what you focus on, the universe will provide.